Good morning, Fix-It Pioneers. Time to wake up and get back to work. Space Cat here. Haven't been here for a couple of days. I had the Modest Mouse concert on Thursday night, which was awesome. Hello, Snow. Snow is saying hello. And then last night I kind of goofed around and watched the fight on Netflix. So here we are, Saturday morning, picking it back up. We are exactly 8 hours into the game. We got our jetpack at 7 hours and 30 minutes. And now we are going to start our beginning oil build for plastic and rubber. But before we do that, we're going to head right over there. But before we do that, I want to get encased industrial beams. Not a full setup, sort of a hybrid manual setup. We will full set it up pretty soon. And again, since we don't have dimensional depots going, we're going to have to double check our inventory. The worst thing in this game is to run out there and realize you're missing something. So we'll do that. And we'll go over, while I'm doing that, while I'm setting up industrial beams and everything, which I already have the infrastructure set up for. We're just going to take the virtual frames we were making. We're going to shove some steel beams in there, which they were going there anyways, and then concrete instead. Voila. We'll have enough industrial iron encased industrial beams for a while. Once again, those aren't too useful for anything. We are skipping tier 4 belts pretty much entirely. There might be a few situations where we use them, but we're pretty much skipping them entirely. So encased industrial beams are mostly going to be used for making heavy modular frames in the future and for setting up our oil production right now, and fuel generators and stuff like that you need. All right, so without further ado, let's hop into it. Okay, so one thing I like to do when I want to get a sense of, like, you can double up click what you need. 8 refineries and 1 auto extractor should be good. We might need a water extractor, but we won't worry about that too much. So we clearly need the industrial beams, so let's get mats for that. We've got a good amount of factory here. A good amount of I think this is where my modular frames are coming down. So we're just going to disconnect this for now. We're going to get these frames out of here, but let's get the concrete in. And to get out all of these, just grab the stacks. You could also just switch the recipe too. All right, we'll do that. So you see when you switch the recipe, as long as it's not on the belt still, you should be Gucci. Yep, there goes concrete coming in. And encased industrial beams. All right, we can see that the concrete is flowing. There should be no more frames left on the belts. And as long as we put these in the right place, we should be good. We obviously don't want these going into the space elevator. So let's do that. All right, and while those start constructing, we're not going to wait here for 100. We'll do a little handcrafting, but let's remember what we've done. All right, every one of our miners is making 240, and we know we're not slowed down because we got no iron in the hopper. All right, no iron in the hopper, right? So again, I think we double checked this last time. No iron in the hopper should be the same thing up here with copper. So let's go gather some of the things we're gonna need. We're gonna need pipes, right? 2, 3, 4. We're going to need motors, which we're working on. We got, those are plates. Okay, the motors are down here. Nope, rotors. Motors are over here. Okay. So right now we are definitely missing some stuff. So let's do a little organization of our inventory. Don't need all these computers and oscillators and stuff. What you making? Oh, you're making these. Oh, I guess I must have thought of that last time. All right. Don't need that, that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Definitely don't need this many of these things. Yeah. About 50 of those. What's in here? Some rods we need. Take a couple hundred of those. And I think I got a place for plates to go. Yeah, I do. They're gonna back up here when they start filling up. So we're good there. So we just need some more encased industrial beams. And then we should be good. And we have just enough. Perfect. I'm gonna, let's see, just wanna make sure I have enough to do that. And I think I need concrete also. I don't think Yeah, always double check the mats you need and stuff like that. It's no fun running back because you forgot to bring. This is gonna change once we get, and you know, and there's one thing I kind of want to do with the object scanner. Let's see. I don't know wire. I don't think we're gonna find much over here, well, except for these 500. Okay. Remember, this is making stitched iron plates, so we're using wire to make a lot of things right now. We're using wire to make rotors, stators, and iron plates. So, all right, one recipe that I like in this Teca tree is, where is it? Nutrients, maybe Caterium? No. Alien Tech. Maybe I just haven't gone far enough down yet. Yeah, maybe it's under here. Well, there's an upgrade where you can, no, it's not that. Whatever. There's an upgrade where you can search for hard drives on the thing. I just don't remember where it was, and I don't want to waste too much time worrying about it. All right, so we're gonna build our oil down here. There's a couple nodes right here. Let's see what these are. They are impure. Yeah, I thought so. So we're not going to bother with that. By the way, this is definitely an area where mobs get a little hairier. So I would say you generally... you don't want to fight too much stuff around here right now. Not until you, especially the big hatcheries, not until you have like explosive rebar or something. It's better to just boogie out. And then this should be, I believe, a normal crude. And we're gonna have to get this. What I like to do with these guys is find something that they can't shoot through, and then when they run over... Oh. Yeah, that hit me as much as it hit him. Alright, there's a pure around here somewhere, so I want to go find that. Yeah, that's where it is. Okay, I usually like to just make a little idea of where I'm going to put stuff before I start building. Whoops. I think we want to come at it from this way. One thing I want you to remember is that at this point of the game, you have MK1 belts. You're going to see a lot of people who go, what's going on? My pipes aren't filling right. Or, you know, I got this oil at this output. It's not working right. It's almost always because you're trying to put more than 300 in one of these belts. So this guy right here is going to produce 300. 240 rather. I am going to get him up to 300 though. Okay. Apparently we're not powered, huh? We are powered. Okay, weird. All right, so let's get up here and start building our refineries out. I don't really know how many refineries I need. Again, if you've been watching this, you probably noticed I kind of just play it by feel. Although I am wishing I bought more motors. Alright, so I'm mostly interested in plastic right now. Rubber's very important, but so we can do 10 rubber plants, but I'm sorry, 10 plastic plants, but I also know that rubber produces more heavy oil residue. You see that? So that is something we definitely need to be conscious about. So let's get going with our plastic first, and we'll make 10 plants. And then we'll go get some more materials because clearly I didn't bring enough. Yeah, I'm not happy about it either, Snow. I broke my own rule. And then we're going to do something else called hypertube cannoning. That was a pretty good shot. Alright, you get on my nerves now. Well, there's some motors. There's some encased beams. All right, maybe we're good. All right, let's go 8 plastic and 2 rubber for now. We are going to change that. A lot of people like to use fluid buffers. In all my gas builds and stuff, I don't use fluid buffers. I feel like generally if it doesn't work from the start, it's not working right. So fix the problem before you feel like, oh, you need to buffer something. Just fix it, because what's more than likely going to happen is you're going to forget about it. Your power is going to shut down, or your plastic production is going to shut down, or whatever it is. And 8 hours later, you're going to have no idea what went wrong. So we will not use fluid buffers unless it's like I'm going to be gone for 2 minutes and I'll be right back to get a new tech, like fluid, packaging, for instance. thought we could blow this up. I'm gonna be sad face if we can't. Okay. I accept. Alright, first thing we want to do is get our heavy oil residue taken care of. Now, if you look at the heavy oil residue, we're only going to be making 10 per minute on these plastics. It's really not a ton. So this is not the time to start trying to make a big fuel setup or something. Plus, regular fuel kind of burns crap anyways. But if you are getting low on power, which you easily could be at this point in the game, and we'll double check to see where I am after these, what? How often are you working? Yeah, you're still waiting. I think we counted right. So we're making 300 out of here, and we're going into, plastic needs 30, right? Yeah, you need 30. All right, so it's just a manifold thing. It'll balance out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's enough. And we should have some crude starting in here. Now let's see what we can turn this into. One thing you could do is just turn it into coke and then burn it in fuel generators. Certainly not a bad thing to do at the start. I'm not worried about my power, so don't feel like I need to do that. So what I might do is, before we turn this, we obviously have to get packaged fueling, right? So what I might do, it's the only thing we can do with it right now, huh? Yeah, we'll just turn it into residual fuel. And then you want 40 per minute. What are we putting out? 20 here, but you're not working. 20, but you're not working. Not working. So I think we're going to put out 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, 120 eventually. Okay, everything's working here. All right, so let's belt out our... Oh. A little clipping, I'm okay with that. We'll fix this pretty soon. Alright, so we do have some working. But I suspect it's because all of these guys are backed up, or I have miscounted. Let's see. Alright, we need 200 plastic. Let's see how things are going over here. Are we making anything? Weird, okay. I must have miscounted. Okay. We have 300. 300 going through, and it is going through. Going here. 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 And then it stops. Okay, so clearly there's something wrong with this junction. I don't know what. Okay, now it's flowing. Yep, I'm pretty sure that was what the problem was. Then again, the junction was flowing before. Rubber. Alright, we'll come back in a bit and see what's the problem. Okay. Now we're going to start doing what I like to do to start moving around a little bit faster. I'm going to start doing some hypertube shoot 'em ups. Hypertube cannons. I'm gonna have to manually build some stuff for this to work. Don't really recommend these until you have a jetpack of some sort. Oof, we can only make 6 of these. That sucks. Alright, let's see what we can do anyways. Yeah, it's just not happening. Okay, making rubber now, good. Also making rubber. Okay, guess it just took a little while to saturate. And I think we're just gonna have to run back. We are not even close to done with this thing, by the way. This system, as a matter of fact, you know what? Let me do one thing. Since we have no buffers or anything yet, and we have nowhere for the fuel to actually go. Like, is this thing full? Yeah, this is all full. So it can't take anymore. So let's do this, and we will make just a little one. Yeah. And then while we do that, we're gonna flush this full network. Make sure if you need to flush your system, the reason we're flushing it is so it doesn't get filled up here, and we can still make the plastic and the rubber we need, and we're going to be back in like 5 minutes. Gotta head over to our steel. Again, we're gonna hook this up all pretty soon. Oh, that's so annoying. Biofuel is just terrible for the jetpack, as you can tell. Honestly, should just be using the parachute still, but whatever. Actually, we need more than that. Let's get rid of that. Don't need that. Oh yeah, we got a hard drive. Let's do hard drive. Really? Once we get fluid packaging, we're all good. Jetpack fuel, just plain fuel, is so much better than biofuel. Or liquid biofuel, I skip it, I don't even care. It takes too long to set anything up to do that. Don't have the time. Alright. Now let's get these where they need to go. Looks like we're empty in both directions. But I'm pretty sure this is what was going in. Yeah. Alright. Some copper sheets are over here.
Milestone reached. Avoid the embarrassment of placing liquids in your pockets only for them to spread across your suit. Package and unpackage them with the packager. Packaging fluids allows them to be transported in your inventory, on conveyor belts, and by vehicles. For increased, non-pocket related fluid storage, you can now use the industrial fluid buffer.
Okay. Yeah. What jetpack fuel is good at doing is carrying your momentum horizontally. I'm not saying it's not better than the other fuels, but where I really notice the difference is in vertical. Okay, so now we got our packager, which is excelente. I did not mean to do that. You're all full. Cool. Rubber. All right, we're just gonna get all the plastic over here. Okay, so what's gonna happen is our throughput on plastic is way higher than what we'll need for plastic containers. So what you'll end up happening is like this line will be totally backed up, which is perfect. That's what you want. You don't want to make 2 trillion containers. You just don't need them. They're super fast to make. And then you just get the containers flowing in here. They're gonna come along here, down here, right into this packager. And then what you're gonna do is, obviously we want some of this stuff. But if you don't deal with the excess, what will happen is that your whole factory will shut down very quickly. So once we get like 100 pieces of packaged fuel, we're just gonna sink the rest of it, basically. Because we'll be on turbo fuel before we have to. Oop, you didn't get powered, did you? Really? All right, looks like that's going. I usually pump these up because I find myself, I don't make fuel like for turbo fuel. I just burn it all and then I come over to make it when I want it. So I usually shard it up. Which is fine. These guys can't hit you when you go up top of something. I mean, they can if you play stupid. While we're waiting for that plastic, we'll just go get a few collectibles around here. I'm sorry, not plastic, rocket fuel. Not rocket fuel. Oh, I need to wake up. Packaged fuel. I think it said my MAM was done, right? Let's see what we got. Nope, it wasn't. I think we can get this hard drive. Oh, look, you have packaged fuel for me. That's nice. Not much. Okay, now we're gonna start taking these hard drives for compacted coal and turbo fuel, because that is immediately what we're gonna do next. We do not stay on packaged fuel for very long. Oop. Don't really want to tangle with you. Just ran into that thing. I don't know what's down here. Oh. Live, love, consume. Love it. I will get rid of that.
Harmonize with us.
There's quite a few Mercer spheres and summer sloops in this area, and a ton of slugs. So, just as expected, so this thing is putting out way fewer than this is being added to. And you want to know the saddest thing? The reason I'm putting so much plastic is because I'm a really big fan of coated concrete. Alright. So, like, that's literally the main reason. Give myself another 100. All right, we're just gonna sink the rest. So just so everyone's clear, if you don't sink this, everything will back up 100% of the times. It will take a while, but it will back up. Because once this container gets full, this has nowhere to go. As you can see, we're already pretty full. And even if this doesn't work like 100%, like if my rubber's slow or something, this will eventually convert all of this into fuel and it will never back up. It might not be 100% efficient, but it will never back up. And with this, I don't really care about efficiency too much because this is not our fuel power plant. This is a little stop along the way. What? Oh. These are great for late game, big factories. Don't care about them here. This, I have a love-hate relationship with this recipe. I think I'm gonna take it, but it really changes a lot of the way that I would play over here. You know what? I'll take it. It's fine. I'm not gonna mess with it yet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn all this into coke. We're gonna make obviously more rubber than we are, and yeah. Trying to think if I should set it up right now or not. That's the main thing I'm thinking about. I think we are. That's why everything's so slow. All right. To make sure no rubber got into this system. I don't think it did. Alright. But if it did, we'd have major problems when it hit the packager. Okay, now we got some rubber. Just gonna bring enough to flip this next Chivo, or milestone. I just woke up. I don't know what I'm talking about. Alright, hypertube cannon. Oh yeah, and one thing. Set package fuels your preferred. Now watch how high we can jump. Oh god, it's still not very high, but it's much higher than we could with the other shit. So we want to go. Where's the hub? Oh, there. Not quite. Whatever. Kind of slows you down a little bit hitting that thing. So I have to adjust the angle probably just a bit. Why is this not running right now? Once again, you always gotta look for your own mistakes. That needs to be a splitter. And I bet somebody probably would have noticed this when they were watching me build this. But yeah. I literally thought, like, feels like we should have more than 150 motors right now. But was too lazy to look at it. Okay, after we hit this milestone with petroleum power, we're going to work up the sulfur tree till we get
Milestone reached. It
I'm
is
not
my
really
honor
ready
and
to do
privilege
this
to
yet,
inform you
so
that
I'm
the
not going to
fuel
worry
power
about it right
generator,
now.
as well as the
What I
industrial
want to
fluid
do
buffer are now available.
is
Due
get
to a
up
lack
into
of gold
here.
in your sector, Caterium will serve as a suitable replacement to construct the fuel-powered generator. Your research into this element was valuable. In fact, you in particular are my most valuable pioneer, but don't tell the others I said that. It would be bad for morale.
I'm going to grab some sulfur from the old area where I was. Everything moves a lot faster now with the jetpack, so you can kind of chill a bit. Oh, we need to grab some coal too. Yeah, I don't think I would have been able to make that with regular jet fuel, biofuel. We could expand our foundry some. As you can see, we're not being 100% efficient with it. All the hoppers are full, so. Honestly, steel beams aren't that important for me anymore. Like I said, we might make a train. I don't know. That's really the only thing you need them for, besides versatile frames, encased industrial beams, which also can be solved with alt recipes too, if you're... So yeah, they're not that important. Super important in the mid, like early mid game. Very unimportant later. As are the industrial beams. That's why we don't do tier 4 really. Although I forgot what am I doing? All right. Okay. I gotta get some of that stuff we left over here.
Research completed. Experimental power generation research options are now available. These may enhance performance of other fuel sources. Compacted coal unlocked. It is physically smaller and more powerful, but its carbon footprint remains enormous. This fuel upgrade can be used in coal-powered generators and vehicles.
You gotta unlock smokeless powder. We want to unlock that as soon as possible.
Research completed. Smokeless powder recipe unlocked. New sulfur research available for the development of high-end weaponry and ammunition.
Can't make compact coal here. Okay. It's interesting to know. Do this. Okay. All right. Let's see. He's on that. Did I bring rubber? Yes. Okay, we're gonna go grab that hard drive and unlock turbo fuel. And we are not gonna build our turbo fuel plant over here. The reason is because there's no sulfur over here. Like, literally. Closest sulfur is up here, that little one down here, and then over here. So this is not a great place to build your turbo power plant. All right. Just so I don't make these videos too long, I think we're gonna wrap it right here. There is a small oil patch right over here that's gonna give you 300, And that's where we're going to make our turbo fuel plant. And that is our next goal. That's going to give us enough power to get straight into the mid game. And there's conveniently a hard drive over there as well. So with that, I'm going to cut it. And thank you very much for watching. Stay efficient, pioneers. Space Cat out. Oh, let's see where we are. A little less than an hour to do all of that. Right on pace. All right, peace out. Bye.